Rural Heritage on RFD TV is brought to you by Rural Heritage Magazine, a bi-monthly magazine featuring articles about farming and logging with draft animal power, small-scale diversified family farming and homesteading, and other aspects of our rich rural heritage. Rural Heritage Magazine, borrowing from yesterday to do the work of today. For subscription information, please call 319-362-3027 or order online at www.ruralheritage.com. When Doyle Prawl of Troy, Kansas told us he was raising potatoes using his team of black mules to plant, cultivate, and harvest the spuds, we had to come to film the action. How old are your mules?
11 and 9, and they're full sisters.
Okay.
The left-hand mule is the youngest. They come out of Wisconsin.
You buy them broke?
Well, they was 3 and 1 when I bought them.
Oh, so no.
This one was broke, and everything the guy told me was 100% true.
Okay.
She's never been a problem. Now, I'm not saying they haven't caused some accidents.
Sure.
But I think that anytime you deal with a four-legged animal, you're going to have that problem.
Right.
But right now, with the other team I had, I'll plug this, my old girls and these here, I did it, I don't know if it's 1 year or 2 years, but it's at the Sedalia State Fair, or Missouri State Fair, 5 years now running. I've had farm team class winners with the other team and this team. I think it's maybe 1 year of fees, maybe 2, I don't know for sure. So we'll have to go back again.
Our friend Mike Bonnet was there to help Doyle cut the seed potatoes using a vintage potato cutter. How does it work? So it's pushing it through on those blades.
Yep.
And it's cutting them into 3, 4, however many pieces as
About
wide
4
as the
quarters,
potato
ain't
is.
it?
Yeah, a big city you get 5. See, you count them there. It splits them. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, and I did have some Vikings out here.
Oh yeah, okay.
5.
Okay.
These are a new potato. You'll find this doing one at a time. See, knucklehead.
What?
One at a time.
Right.
I'll call you Larry here in a minute.
Well, that's a big one.
It is a big
Oh,
one.
that ain't nothing.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so it's cutting it both directions. One of them is going
Yep.
across. Okay.
Yeah, this way and,
And there
then
was
this way.
a blacksmith over around Hamilton, Missouri, made them blades for me because it didn't have very good blades in it, and the ones I did, he was a blacksmith kind of a type guy, and he really fixed it nice. Now we broke that middle one, the long one, doing the other potatoes when we was planting the main potatoes. My boy was able to weld that on a wire welder and buff it out and keep the fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Because we ended up cutting up, I think we had 5 bags, and we cut it the day we was planting. See, I've planted almost 3/4.
So are these from last year's crop, or you buy new? You
Buy
buy
new.
You buy every year. Yeah.
This is where they come from. And this is a new style potato right here.
Yeah, see, Joe, it's
It's a red potato. Go ahead and cut
yeah,
one. I'll
catch
show you.
one. You heard of that Yukon Gold?
Yeah.
Okay, well these are
I
red.
think this is what they're.
Runestone gold, it says, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying to. It's a red potato, and they're trying to.
Sure.
I'd say they're going to be pretty good.
See, last year where I planted them, I planted back last year, got them a little later than this even, and they didn't get a lot of moisture and stuff, and they didn't do good. I didn't think. And my supplier, where I get from his French farm, he said nobody did real good with them. But I was telling Mike here, when they bag them up there in Minnesota, they don't ship them within 7 days. They got to rebag them. In Colorado, it's 5 days.
Because they spoil? Because they just can't guarantee them?
I don't know what the deal is.
Okay.
Maybe to pass the inspection.
Uh-huh.
You lost your sorter, didn't you? You run her off.
Yeah, she's camera shot.
Hello, I'm Jeff Price. I'm the developer and the manufacturer of the Paget fence stretcher. About 10 years ago, we was doing a little small fencing job. We're very unhappy with the stretchers on the market at the time. We put together our own fence stretcher using 2x4s. It was very time consuming. We wasn't pleased with the outcome of it. So we put together our own ideas and came up with a Paget fence stretching tool.
Once you've removed the pull rod from its storage position, you weave it through the woven wire, clamping the bottom and top strands to prevent the wire from slipping. Then it's simply a matter of hooking the fence stretcher to the pull rod and using a come-along winch to put tension on the fence. It couldn't be simpler. The Paget is made out of high-grade steel by the Price family in the foothills of North Carolina. It's designed with the kind of quality construction and attention to detail found in American tools from years ago. To order your Paget, visit thepaget.com or call 828-245-7354. That's 828-245-7354.
The Paget works like magic.
Is this, when the hopper's full, when this hopper here gets full, which is where it picks them up at, these fingers, it pushes them back. And then when it goes down, this counterweight will pull it back down, and over here is a gear system, and it'll start that engaging again. I can lift this, there's kind of a mechanism that does it all, Joe.
All right, so it fills up this, the big hopper fills up the small hopper.
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets full,
It shuts it off.
pushes this over, and that stops it from feeding.
It stops this belt, or this wooden belt,
And you can see as you move it there, it's a spring-loaded thing, see?
conveyor belt.
It just amazes me the engineers they had back in the day.
Right.
I don't know. See, the name of this is over here on the machine, and
They must have had nice computers back then. Huh?
I don't
Uh,
think so.
Stuff
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
It's a plow company that made this out of New York.
The Eureka Mower Company, huh? Utica, New York, huh?
But I think it does. This would be my third year planting with this one, and I got one at home. And the only thing I don't like, it's not this kind, but the potato bins in back.
Okay.
But I can still see my potatoes up front here. But it was, when I got it, I thought it was the top of the world. It beat what I was doing before.
Which was by hand.
And basically, yes.
Walking the row with a bag.
Yep.
It's got a disc in the front to make the trench, to help to cut, to
Yeah.
make a knife.
I
And then-
actually don't probably go in the ground, Joe, but a couple inches, I think.
Okay.
And you, as you follow or see, you'll see it set. You'll see it be able to drop. I'll slow the team down far enough that you can look.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, girls.
Oh, girl.
So there we go.
All right.
And I'll probably rake a few off in there so I don't start off on a blank. Yeah, get me started.
Sure.
Get up. Whoa. Easy. Step up. Whoa. Come off. Come off. Come off. Come off. Whoa. Lucy, step over. Lucy, step over. Whoa. Hey, get up, girls. Get up. Lucy, step up. Lucy, step up. Whoa. Step up. Get up. Lucy, Dale, get up. Whoa. Ah. 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 Lucy, ah. Lucy, ah. Lucy, ah. Whoa. Okay, get up. I was telling Mike earlier, I know what a broke mule is now when you work every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it does, it makes a world difference. Of course, they knew this morning that they was going to have to do something.
So what was on this field last year?
Corn.
Okay.
Field corn.
And was that you or was that somebody else? That was you?
Friend and I.
Okay.
Yep.
And what'll go on it next year?
Probably back to corn, I'm going to guess. Or maybe, no, wait a minute, I lied to you. We had this all in pumpkins last year.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
And it was a good pumpkin year, but we had a lot of them, you know, it's kind of the wet and dry must have, we had a lot of rotten ones in the field.
Okay.
But other than that, we had good production.
Because you had a wet fall.
Well, it was dry, and then it turned off, you know, and got wet on us, and that's only, even the Army said they had trouble with pumpkins rotting. But even the potato crop last year, I raised my best ones as far as quantity, but the quality wasn't too good there. Even though I am still eating some from last year. But they mash up funny. My wife is not even using milk to get them mashed in there. They still taste good.
Sure.
Hello, I'm Jeff Price. I'm the developer and the manufacturer of the Paget fence stretcher. About 10 years ago, we were doing a little small fencing job. We were very unhappy with the stretchers on the market at the time. We put together our own fence stretcher using 2x4s. It was very time consuming. We wasn't pleased with the outcome of it. So we put together our own ideas and came up with the Paget fence stretching tool.
Once you've removed the pull rod from its storage position, you weave it through the woven wire, clamping the bottom and top strands to prevent the wire from slipping. Then it's simply a matter of hooking the fence stretcher to the pull rod and using a come-along winch to put tension on the fence. It couldn't be simpler. The Paget is made out of high-grade steel by the Price family in the foothills of North Carolina. It's designed with the kind of quality construction and attention to detail found in American tools from years ago. To order your Paget, visit thepaget.com or call 828-245-7354. That's 828-245-7354.
The Paget works like magic.
A few weeks later, Doyle had begun cultivating and hilling his potato field, removing the weeds and piling soil around the sprouted potato plants. really one of the few potato growers around here, I'm guessing.
To any
Of
size
yeah.
like this, I don't think any. Even up where I take them to Jamesport to sell, most all of them, none of them grow them in very, that I've seen. They bring them in there in very, you know, when I take a load up there, there's a lot of times I've took up, let's see. It's not unusual to maybe take 800 or 1,000 pounds of it when I go. So, like I say, I kind of enjoying it. It gives me something to do other than sitting, you know, you get my age, you don't want to sit in the house all your life, or you won't sit there very long.
Right. It's good work for the mule.
Sure it is. And the more you work them, the better you are.
Yep.
Yeah. We put these potatoes in the 1st of April, and I had 3 varieties to use, which was Viking, which is a red potato, and the red Vasota, which is a little bit smaller potato than the Viking, but it's a little finer skinned. And then our 3rd bunch was the Kennebecs. That wherever that, you know, I used to plant a seed potato deep and put dirt on top. My planter puts them on top of the ground, or not on top, it's down a little ways, and then we hill dirt to it, because the potatoes, the way I've understanding it now, will not go any lower than what your seed potato is. It goes out, and I don't say it goes up. So when you hill, you're preventing sunburn, is what I'm claiming. And it's loose dirt means they'll grow easier, you know. It's just like anything, if it was packed hard, it wouldn't, that's when you get, I think, some of your odd shapes, you know, once in a while. And that's the reason, like I say, some potatoes, it would be, I've had them looking like Mickey Mouse before. When you get the kids helping you, and that'll be the funnest part, because in this particular town where I live, 10, 11-year-old kids, I pay them by the bucket. They work as hard as they want to work or whatever, but there's some of them out here can make $50 a day picking up potatoes when you're 10 years old. They've got to hustle a little bit, but they've learned. Get right behind that digger and the mules will bring them out.
When
Dig potatoes. It'll be about the middle of July probably. That's 90, these are about 90-day potatoes or 100 days, so we got April, May, June, that's 90 days or thereabouts. So I'd say the middle of July, 1st of August in that area. When the vines get dead, we go ahead and get them out. And I suppose if you was just wanting to keep them for your own eating purposes, you might let them go longer or plant later.
Or maybe pick them in stages, maybe even?
Yeah, and I think this year I will do that a little bit more. It used to be I'd come in here, you know, an acre of potatoes don't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but when you do it this way, that's a big day to dig them all in one day. You know, we're talking sometimes 3,000 or 4,000 pounds of potatoes or better. So we might do this in sections this year.
Sure.
Grandkids are getting older and I'm getting older. And
what do you like about growing potatoes?
Being out here.
Yeah.
You know, I got these mules and it's fun to look at them, but it's way more fun actually using them.
As the potato vines begin to die, it was time to harvest the potatoes, and for this Doyle put 4 of his mules to his potato digger, which uses ground drive to plow beneath the potatoes and convey them to the rear of the implement, having separated them from the soil around them.
Yeah. Whoa. Get up. Lucy. G. The first variety we dug is red DeSotas,
Yeah.
and these are into what we call Vikings now,
All right.
and which are, I think, is a nicer potato. I won't plant the DeSotas that don't.
These red ones.
Yeah, these are reds. The whites are over there. That's what we planted the last time, you know, we was planting. Get up. Get up. Get up. It's hard to just go ask somebody, Joe, how to run this. There's no operator's manual with it. So it's trial and error, and you can see right here it engages. When I bought this thing, didn't look much different. But somehow when I lower it, it lets it slide here on a bar, which engages this small gear into the big bull gear. And your seat has a little bit to do with it too, engaging it. And I was forever and ever busting that loose to get it to slide. It don't slide very far. But right now it's pretty well in. Pretty good working order. And see, right now I'm taking the right amount of dirt. But it's still, I mean, it's drier. But believe it or not, it'd be nicer if it was just a little more drier. It's not quite busting up enough to separate.
Yep, there's clods coming through.
Well, it's not falling through the grates like it should be.
Yep.
And this is pretty nice soil here too, to be truthful about it. See there, I sliced one, but you can't dig potatoes. I don't think a commercial boys even
Thanks for
do that
joining us
without
today at
slicing
Rural
one.
Heritage and RFD TV, where we borrow from yesterday to do the work of today. This program is available for purchase. To order your copy, please call 319-362-3027 or visit www.ruralheritage.com. Rural Heritage is a bi-monthly magazine dedicated to draft animal farming and logging, as well as other aspects of our rich rural heritage. It is published by Mishka Press, which also offers a complete line of back-to-the-land books, DVDs, and calendars. Call or write for a catalog or subscription information, or visit our website at www.ruralheritage.com.